Good morning. It is June 25 and I am very privileged to be in Yellowstone National Park. What a dream this is. I've never explored this park really. Once, many years ago, I stopped at Old Faithful, but that's it. No exploring. So today I am getting to hike. So this morning I'm doing the Sentinel Meadows Trail and the Queen's Laundry, and it should be about a 4-mile round trip. And there's lots of people to begin with, of course. Right away we got a something or other steaming pool. There is a little geyser or fountain. Oh, this is fun. Why isn't there anyone here? This is called Ojo Caliente Spring. Wowzers. That is so fun. This river is called the Firehole River, so I expect we'll see lots of fire on it. Oh, there's more steaming up there. Okay, here we are, Sentinel Meadows Trail. Absolutely special. Yep, you get on a little trail and you lose the crowds. This is just amazing. The rangers told me that that would happen. I don't have to worry about tons of people on the trails usually. Oh, a sweet bridge. Last night we were able to score a campground at Baker's Hole, which is just close to West Yellowstone, but that's not inside Yellowstone Park. But the ranger there said for me to check at a campground in Yellowstone to see if they have any spots. And I stopped at Madison Campground, and behold, they had one spot left this morning for us. My mom is with me. And so we are able to stay in the park, and now I can relax and enjoy the trails and not feel rushed and worried about where I'm gonna camp tonight. And what a relief. Thanks to having my mom along, it cost $20, $21. So you might notice my little mascot here. He's called Foxley. And I have a website called Foxes Have Homes. And so I like to bring him with me and feature him on Instagram. So I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to bear with him in these videos. I was hoping he would be discreet, but I notice his little ears peeking out there. So that's what that's all about. So the lupins are out, but they sure are tiny in this part of the world. So now I get to do my hike through the Bible. I haven't done it for quite a while, so this is really inspiring for me. So when Samuel was old, he made his sons judges over Israel. You see, positions of power were assigned based on a person's hereditary rights. This custom ensured stability in the society, yet it also created a platform for nepotism and corruption. Love the clouds. You'd think you'd see bison roaming in this meadow. I can tell they've been here. But let's cross this little bridge. The name of Samuel's firstborn son was Joel, which is a common name in the Bible, and it means the Lord is God. And his other son's name was Abijah, which means the Lord is my father. Samuel's sons were given excellent names, but alas, they did not walk in Samuel's ways. To walk is a common biblical metaphor for living. To walk with God means to live in God's presence. I guess you're allowed to do backcountry camping here. And there's the bear hang. So I've kind of lost the trail. I don't know if this is it. But those are called cinder mounds of hot springs. Oh, never mind, I found the trail. Samuel's sons turned aside after dishonest gain, took bribes, and perverted justice. Sadly, Samuel's sons, who are entrusted with making just decisions in Israel, behave unjustly. Now it's a bit of a climb up a hill and a nicer view. So all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Samuel at Ramah and said to him, "Look, you are old, and your sons do not walk in your ways. Now make us a king over Israel to judge us, like the other nations have." Before Israel became a monarchy, it was a theocracy, which means that God was their king. Because of this, Gideon had refused to become king, saying, "The Lord shall rule over you." The problem is not the request for a king, but the reason for the request, to be like the nations. Samuel's age and his sons' characters are only secondary reasons. But this idea displeased Samuel, so he turned to the Lord in prayer. Throughout his life, Samuel was a man of prayer, following in his mother's example. The ultimate source of his outstanding political and religious career was the fact that he had a close communion with God. These flowers are lovely to brighten the trail. Got some buckwheat, wild buckwheat. Oh, another steam bath up ahead. So I've gone quite a ways. I wish there was better signs, but I never did come to Queen's Laundry. So I don't know what the deal is, but I've turned around because it's getting warm. And I think I've seen what I was supposed to see with those steam baths things. I saw people down there, but I don't know how they got down there, and I don't think there's a path. So I don't know, I don't think we're supposed to go off trail. I don't know, but anyways, I'm not going to go down there. Really quite nice because hardly any people. This is so pristine. Anyway, when Samuel prayed to God, God answered him and said, "Heed the voice of the people and all that they say to you, for they have not rejected you, but they have rejected me. I shall not reign over them. I brought them out of Egypt, yet they choose other gods. Heed their voice, but forewarn them, and show them the behavior of the king who will reign over them." So Samuel did as God asked him to, telling the people that the king will appoint people for his chariots to plow his ground and to make weapons of war. And he will take their daughters to be perfumers, cooks, and bakers. And he'll take the best of your fields, your vineyards, your olive groves, and your sheep, and he'll make the people his servants. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel. "No, we will have a king over us, that we may be like the other nations. And our king will judge us, and he will go out before us to fight our battles." I just met a couple of older ladies, probably I'm guessing in their late 60s maybe, with a huge backpacks and things hanging off their backpacks. Like, I've never seen a fully loaded camping setup than what they had. And they said that they're gonna have a fun time the next couple of days. And good for them. I am so proud of them. It's only a couple mile hike to the campground. I'm assuming they're staying at that campground. So, yay, good for them, living in luxury. I wouldn't want to do this trail on any warmer of a day. It's in the 70s today, I think, but I'm plenty warm. I just love seeing the steam rising here and there throughout this park so far. It is going to be so fun. We're definitely doing lots of exploring in this Yellowstone. God called Israel to be a special and holy people. Their request is the undoing of that election. They are rejecting God's kingship. Three times God tells Samuel to do as the people ask. Sometimes God allows people to make choices that go against his warnings and then suffer the consequences of those choices. What choices are you going to make in life? Choices that God wants you to make, or your own choices that you think are better? Boy, this Sentinel Meadows trail, the healing hiker is going to give a 3 out of 5. I wish it was better marked. I have no idea if I made it to Sentinel Meadows, to Queen's Laundry. The trail goes and goes and goes. So, if it was better marked, I would give it higher ratings. But anyways, I'm glad I did it. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.